Hi, I'm Wayne the Boat Guy, and today I'm down at the marina because today is my first day of boat shopping. One thing I'm using to help make my decision is looking at the boats that other people have that are down in my marina. People that use the same river as me, people that go out onto the bay, and what kinds of things they're doing with their boat and what kind of boat suits their purposes. I've talked to several different people. Really, there's two main kinds of power boats that people use out here in the Chesapeake Bay area. And of course, there's other people who have things like sailboats, trawlers, speedboats. But the majority of boat owners around here have either power boats or fishing boats. And one of the things that I've heard consistently over the years from other boat owners around here is that whenever you're going to go out in the bay, because of the chop and the waves in the bay, that a 24-foot boat is ideal. Obviously, if you can afford something bigger, that's even better. But things that are under 24 feet a lot of times have problems out in the bay because of the conditions. So one of the things that we're looking for is we're looking for a boat that's over 23 feet long for our next boat. Another thing that's very important to us is one that has a head on board. I take my wife with me boating and my daughter and her boyfriend, and I'd like to be able to provide that facility for whenever we go farther. That way we don't have to worry about just being a couple hours from home or from a bathroom facility whenever we're out on our boat. The other factor is we don't fish, and we don't intend to fish at all. And there's a lot of boats out here on the Chesapeake that are really geared towards fishing. I'll show you a couple of them down here in my marina. And so this is a very common type boat that you see out here. This is a center console fishing boat. This one here is probably around 19 to 21 feet. I mean, it's a beautiful boat. And as you could see, you could sit here in the front. There's a seat right there. And then there's the seat where you drive from, and then there's a back seat there. But this kind of boat is really designed for fishing. There's a lot of compartments and a lot of storage. And as you can see, it has a hard top, and it has the rocket launchers on top, which are what people call the rod holders that are there. So this one probably has a head because it has a compartment here in the front. But it's a walk-around bow. And the nice thing about that is if you're fishing or crabbing or whatever, you can come all the way around here very easily. And this kind of boat here only has 2 seats. And here's a skiff. These things are really cool if you like to fish. If you notice, there's no bimini top. You've just got a little seat here in the front, and then where the captain sits there. And it's made for fishing. It's a nice little fishing skiff. This is a Sea Ray 250 Sundancer. These ones are more along the lines of what we're looking for. So as you see, it's got a compartment underneath in the front there where there's seating underneath there, probably a cooking area, a galley, and a head. But seating out of the weather. You've got 2 back-to-back seats here. You've got your captain's helm, and then you've got this nice bench seat across the back here. And nice little door and a swim platform. Just a really nice setup for cruising around. Very nice cruising boat. Now this boat here, this is more like along the lines of what we're looking at. This is a Sea Ray 240 Sun Deck. And as you can see, it's got a cover on the top there, but this is a what they call a bow rider, where you can sit out in the bow of the boat. So there is seating out in the front, there's seating in the back, there's the captain's area, and I believe it has a head and some storage, even though it's an open bow type boat. Big swim platform, access on the back, bimini top. That's a fun boat. And here we have my little old boat, my little old 1975 or 6 Rankine. I can't even remember what year it's made, either 75 or 76. And I have seating for 4. I could, if I wanted to, put some additional seating in the back, and people do sit on the side benches sometimes. But this boat's only 19 feet long, and it's very old, and it's not quite big enough boat for what we want to be able to do. So this 28-foot Sea Ray Sundancer is just getting ready to head out. I actually got a chance to be on that boat just a few minutes ago. It's a beautiful boat inside. Looks like it's got all the kinds of things that we would like in a boat. Plenty of seating, spacious head. As you get older, having a little bit more room for some of that stuff is kind of nice. As you can see, it's got a swim platform on the back that's just right there on the water. There goes a cool crabbing and fishing boat right there. Get a lot of sun on that boat. There's no shade on that boat. My wife and I would much prefer a boat with some shade on it, like this sea right here. Another little boat coming in here. I'd like to take a moment and thank my subscribers. And if you're not a subscriber, please take a moment to subscribe. And by subscribing, that way you get notified whenever I release a new video. You only get notified if you ring that bell. If you don't want to be notified, don't ring the bell, but subscribing lets people like me know that you like the content that we're making and you'd like to see more of that type of content. I didn't realize how specifically polarizing it was just right here in my marina. Now, in your area, it might be completely different. One of the things you may have noticed is that there were no pontoon boats around here. I do occasionally see pontoon boats out in our river and out in the bay. Mostly out in the river though. The challenges in the bay is the wind and the chop sometimes can be way too much for a pontoon boat. Apparently pontoon boats have a tendency to potentially flip over in serious weather conditions, making them not very popular around the bay. However, if primarily where you're boating is with a lot of friends and you're staying on the river, pontoon boat probably be fantastic. You go to an area like Deep Creek, Maryland, which is just a big man-made lake, lots of pontoon boats out there. Pretty much all pontoon boats. You go out to that lake and other lakes and you see a lot of these lake boats, very pretty fancy boats with big fancy stereo systems on there, painted up real nice. And a lot of those are lake boats. I don't know if there's something about the lake boats that doesn't make them well suited for the bay, for the brackish water that we have around here or the conditions, but you don't see, I don't know if I've ever seen any of them around here. I see them online all the time, but I've never seen any of them in this area. Well, that's it for now. I'm going to do some more boat shopping online, go out and see a few boats, find out the right one for us. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. See you next time. Be safe on the water.